Is DIY spray foam insulation a miracle product or a sticky, expensive nightmare? Oh man, that is... I bought this kit on Amazon to find out if it's actually worth the money or am I about to ruin a perfectly good shed? Welcome to HAXMAN, y'all. A few months back, I surprised my friend Wayne by showing up unannounced and building this studio shed in his backyard. The goal? Get his office and ham radio gear out of the house. Now since then, Wayne ran all the electrical and installed all the boxes because Adam don't do electrical, okay? I seen some stuff. He and his sons Brian and Matthew also dug this trench, which thankfully I was not around for. Now it's finally ready for installation. But I called up my buddy Wayne and I said, hold up, buddy. I need your shed as a guinea pig. Now we could install fiberglass insulation, but I personally still have PTSD from helping my dad install fiberglass rolls when I was a kid, sleeveless. What is this, 1985? I don't think so. We want efficiency, we want speed, and most importantly, we want sound deadening.
But at what cost?
We'll discuss it later.
Wayne lives right under the flight path of the local airport, so silence is golden. Now, after doing a little bit of research, I decided to go with this Stanley. It's called Supercoat Thermal and Sound Spray Foam Insulation. So it sounds like it's gonna do what we need to do. Now, there's a few different ways you can buy it. Obviously, you can buy it by the individual can, which I have here. You can also buy it by the case. This case has 12 cans inside it. But let's say you also wanna go a little bit bigger, okay? You can buy the kit, which is what this is, and within this kit, ta-da, is a case. Also in the kit, you got some coveralls, safety glasses, instructions, a mask, spray gun, and 2 cans of cleaner. But let's go back. Before I ordered the spray foam, I had to get measurements of the space so I knew how much spray foam to order. I didn't want to come up short, and I also didn't want to order too much. With my square footage figured out, went on Amazon, ordered 2 days later, and we're ready to rock and roll. Maybe. The directions say to use the nozzle, use one type of nozzle, use nozzle A for vertical, use nozzle B for ceilings. And Houston, we have a problem.
There's no nozzle.
Because there's no nozzle.
Did it go behind the door?
No, there's no nozzle here.
Oh, alert.
Well, this is not looking good.
No.
You gotta go grab one?
Do you have a nozzle hanging
you can't
around?
just buy these nozzles anywhere. Let me look in the other kit.
Wow.
These could be bad, man. These could be bad. How can they not send you the nozzle? I don't know, it's basically our only other shot. No nozzle.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there's no nozzle. Like, I did not even check for this because, yeah, I mean, who would have thought it wouldn't be in here? I don't know what to do.
It's this one little piece right here. Ow. That one little piece.
Maybe I'm jumping the gun. Maybe each can comes with its own nozzle.
Here's hoping.
Oh my gosh. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Yay, you got it. Okay, we have the nozzles.
We have the nozzles. Listen, they don't tell you that, okay? The instructions just say, they're showing you everything and they don't show you these come separate. It's not my fault.
Nice.
Shake the can well. I think you just press it on. There we go, you just press it on. There you go. See, Brian, why didn't you tell me this?
Get a good look at it.
Why didn't you tell me this?
I'm kind of scared.
You're supposed to tell me if I'm doing something stupid, bro. The first thing it says is that we need to clean and lightly moisten the surface. I'm gonna use one of these little pressure handheld pumps. That'll make it easier to use. Wayne won't let me use his hose. He says he has to use the hose, so he's gonna fill it. Actually, I just don't wanna get wet because it's kind of cold out today. I'm gonna leave it to Wayne. Sounds really refreshing.
Smells cold.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, pump it a few times. pump it. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry there, Hax Boy. I didn't mean to. Oh, I got you again. Let's get everything misted really well. I don't want to soak it though. Listen guys, I'm gonna do something extremely stupid throughout this entire video, but I'll explain what that is later. You'll probably be able to figure it out on your own. Here we go.
Yep.
First shot.
Okay.
Oh crap, all right. I ain't never done it before. Oh, come on, bro.
It comes out so angry. I can't see nothing. Ooh.
Okay, I'm seeing a couple problems here. If I'm 12 to 16 inches away, this is going on way too thin.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was going to bubble up more. Well, it's bubbling up, but yeah, it's like, I think you need to be closer.
Yeah, let's,
It's still thin.
I might just have to make multiple goes at it, you know?
So how is it supposed to come all the way out to right here?
No.
Like old style? No.
You want it a couple inches thick.
Okay.
So, all right. Let's just roll with it and see what happens.
So do you want me to start too?
You can.
And we both be...
Oh, no. No.
What? So you get it done?
You need my expert supervision.
Oh, yeah. You've never done this either.
I've never done it before. Look how good this got. I can't trust you to do this.
That is not perfect.
I can't have my back to you, Kim, whenever you're doing this.
Oh, okay. Mine's not spraying eagerly. Is yours? It's like clotted on one.
So I figured out something going on here. All right, that nozzle is screwed up on that one.
Yeah, it's like clotted on one side and hardly on the other.
Yeah, look how much.
Yours looks so nice.
Now look how this one got. Not too nice. Yeah, it's kind of clumpy. It's because of that gun. It's because of the nozzle. Now, one thing I've noticed that has me kind of wondering here is this spray foam is going on in a light yellow or whitish tint, and that's how it's drying. Every other time I've seen somebody install this Stanley spray foam, it's gone on in like a light gray or a light blue color, which makes me wonder, is this a different formula? Do they ship different formulas to different areas? Have they changed the formula? I don't know. Is that why it's coming out in this like splatter pattern? Is that why it, is that why it's wanting to dry on the end of the gun before we can even get through a whole can? I don't know. Just a thought. You get back. Step back.
Further?
Step back. Yeah.
Further?
Yeah, get like 12 inches away.
It messed up my...
Oh, we are going through these cans quickly, I can tell you that. I'm gonna keep harping on this throughout this video. The instructions say that to wait about 30 minutes between your first coat and your second coat. However, we're finding out that this stuff is setting up really quickly, like 10 minutes. So once you start spraying, you keep moving, because if you stop, we're finding out that the end of the gun, that I think is playing a part in why it's clogging, because we're taking too long. What are you doing, woman?
I thought I was putting...
Oh my gosh. This is why I can't leave you unsupervised. Oh my gosh.
Shut up! I got it! I just had a brain fart, okay? Leave me alone.
This is what I deal with.
Hey, Drake!
I have used many laser measurement tools over the years, including several rated for daylight that were completely useless in sunlight. But not this one. This is the Milesy S50 Green Beam Laser Distance Meter, and it is the most powerful green beam laser on the market. I use this device to help lay out my concrete pad location in direct, bright sunlight. And not only was it able to measure the distance, but I could clearly see the green laser as well as the display. and it's extremely accurate. It uses Milesey's patented power burst technology to remain unfazed by direct sunlight, dust, mist, low reflectivity surfaces like black paint, or long-range measurements. It has 4 times the visibility of a red beam laser and can measure distances up to 400 feet. I work by myself a lot, and being able to measure longer distances without dealing with the hassle of a tape measure that keeps falling is a huge time saver. The S50's temperature adaptability means you get consistent accuracy in any season. The S50 also has a 2.4-inch IPS screen that adapts to different light conditions, so it stays clear and readable in direct sunlight or dark conditions. To find out more about the Milesey S50, be sure to use the link in the description. And thanks to Milesey for sponsoring this video. You see how uneven this is. I mean, look how thick that is.
I think that was the nozzle issue right there because it was...
Oh, you just walked right into it and got stuff on your pants.
Did I really?
What a Nimrod you are.
I did not.
Look, right there it is.
Oh, no.
There it is.
Dang,
what
that
a goofball.
stinks.
What a goofball.
Why would you...
I don't know, it's almost 2 inches thick there, and then right here, it's a 1/4 inch thick. So the key is to make sure that it goes out evenly. Don't let it spitter and spatter.
Okay.
Clog up, there we go. So you need this cleaner pretty badly. If you don't go through and clean in the middle, the gun gets clogged and you just start spraying gloop everywhere. Wayne decided he couldn't stand by and watch Kim and I have all the fun, so he's gonna give spraying this a shot. I'll let you shake it up.
They gave you a mask. You're not wearing the mask?
No, because I'm very cavalier with stuff like that. I'm kind of dumb.
And you wonder why you have memory issues?
What?
Memory issues?
With what? You want a mask? Okay.
No, I got memory issues.
Be a man.
Live on the edge.
Be a man, okay? Inhale fumes. I actually brought 2 heavy-duty masks. I'm starting to kind of feel a little bit loopy, honestly. Honestly, I feel like I could do this all day. Hey, it's me again. Yeah, the whole deal with the mask, super stupid. I should have worn that mask. My thinking was the paper mask that they provided was not going to prevent any fumes. However, fumes are not really the concern here. I mean, they sort of are, but the real concern is the tiny particulates that are in the air. My thinking was, I'm not spraying on the ceiling, so nothing's falling down. But once I got done and I looked at my shirt, and it's covered in little particulates everywhere. So I guarantee I breathed some of those in. Super dumb. I used to be really bad, I guess I kind of still am, about not wearing a mask for things. But for 20 or 30 years, I have been terrible about that. And I've tried to get better about that to protect my lungs now. So definitely wear a mask, wear a respirator. I wouldn't even wear what they provide. I'd probably wear a good respirator. Don't be an idiot. Don't be like HAXMAN. Wear a mask when you're spraying this stuff. The trick is, what I have found is you get it on there, and you start spraying immediately and you don't let up. You just keep going. Because look at these 2 right here. Look at these 2. Pretty nice, a little thin.
Oh, I'm in the boat.
It's a little thin. You get over here and like, this is where the gun, because it's taking too long, it starts to clog. I mean, it actually, down inside here, it'll start to form, it'll start to just clump up on the end, and then it just is splattering everywhere. So
just go crazy. Just go crazy with it. Oh, look at him. Dang.
Okay, give it to me. I'll be darned if you're going to make me look bad on my own channel. No, I'm just kidding. Here you go. However, try to keep it off there so we don't have to clean that off later.
All right, how are we going to do that with this?
You can turn it.
Yeah, just get it closer.
sideways.
Just get it closer in there. There you go. Yeah. There you go.
You did this in a past life, didn't you? You good.
Nice throw.
I'll just see your can shaker.
Okay.
Ready for can number 2. All right, so pop that one out and then quickly screw this in its place and then shoot out there somewhere where nobody will step in it, obviously. I apologize, Wayne, I've sprayed gook out onto your property here, but spray that out there, and that way you'll clean it out. I didn't get a real good shot of this on the day of filming, so I wanted to make sure that you understood this properly. When I've got the can on here, let's say I'm done spraying and there's, you know, got some there on the tip. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this can. And then I've got my cleaner can right here. Now this has a cap that just pops off, and then I can screw that on there, or if I want, I can also put a spray cap on there. And in fact, I'm gonna do that first. I'm gonna put the spray cap on, and you can see what this will do to this foam. It just eats it right off. Now I'm gonna pull the spray cap off. And you need to do this between every can of spray foam. That's what I found anyway, to get a nice clean spray pattern. So I'm gonna come down here, okay, and I'm just gonna and now the foam has been cleaned from the gun. I'm gonna take that off again, and I'll put that spray nozzle back on. And now that gun is good to go. I can actually store this and use it later if I want, or I can go ahead and put the next can on for spraying the installation. Even though there's a variety of ways you can buy this installation, whether you buy the whole kit, you just buy a bunch of cans, a separate can, don't even think about doing it without the cleaner. You're either gonna want to buy this separately, which I'm pretty sure you can buy it separately, or if not, you definitely want to buy a kit. You just need to make sure that you have cleaner. Do not attempt without cleaner. Ooh, I got this one shook up real good, real good. This one's a winner. There you go. No lollygagging. It's amazing how much better it sprays. No doubt. You got a fresh can on there.
Yep.
First coat is done all the way around. I mean, I think it's coming out pretty good. Kind of uneven, but it's just the way it is. I mean, the stuff just does not come out evenly. Something like that, it's like, I think I'm gonna adopt a new method on this second coat. I'm gonna hit this with the moisturizer. I'm gonna hit it with the water spray bottle. I'm gonna mist it, and then we'll start the second coat. But I think I'm gonna try a different spray method this time.
Bro, why?
All right, you win, you win. Okay, all right, get out of
Double
here.
dare me?
No, I know you'll do it. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, I'll leave you alone.
Put it down.
I'll put it down.
I don't trust you.
Put it down. Hey, quit. In a perfect world, everything would be nice and even, but listen, I've never done this before, and actually I don't think you could. If somebody could get this perfectly even using this system, it ain't me, okay? But I think we got it good enough to get some good R value. Typically what they're expecting you to do with one of these kits is 1 to 2 inches. 2 inches was what I was going for. And now for the reveal. But first, let's do a cost breakdown so that you can weigh the cost versus the benefits. I sprayed a total of about 350 square feet at about 2 inches thick. That gives me an R value of about 11.32. I used 2 12-pack kits, and that totaled $400. That means I actually got more square footage out of each can than Stanley even claims.
That's fantastic!
Okay, now for the real reveal. We took this shed from bare walls to insulated with DIY spray foam in just about 3.5 hours. But we're not done yet. Don't forget to check out Muck Ender. That's our brand of heavy duty towels.
They're awesome.
Yeah, link in description. And if you're wondering what's gonna go on these walls, something very cool is gonna go on these walls, which will be in this video right here very soon. But until then, something else really cool there that will show you how to smash a DIY project at your home. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.